Hi, Stoneboy. You are a very prolific African artist from Ghana, known globally. But let me ask you first, Stoneboy, how did it begin for you?
Wow. I believe it all began once upon a time from the city of Ashaiman, where I was born and brought up. So as a child who grew and realized their talents, I trust that I also realized that I had the musical capacity from a very early age, in as much as I would be someone who loves music and creativity, including the arts and play and everything. I actually also would find joy in exhibiting my true talent as well as not only a fan, but as somebody who wants to also emulate what I see and, in terms of music whatsoever. And then at a very, very early time, I was able to begin to hone my own craft, like as far back as primary school. So if you go on the online, you find out that there's a picture of me and my group when I was in primary four, you
Wow.
know, rapping already and singing to the school. And I quite remember that we was the youngest group because the only leeway we were able to get was the fact that we were actually bright kids. The three of us were
Okay.
very bright. So our headmaster would allow us to also, go on that tangent to exhibit our brightness, or intelligence as smart kids. So I think that gave me a lot of energy to move on. I mean, as I speak, though two of my friends, one is a teacher here in America at a university at a young age, you know. The other one is also, I think, is in a medical field, and of course, I went on to continue to do what I was doing as far back it would be. So that's how it began for me, and till date, we never stopped through the challenges, through the personal wahala, everything. And here we are today, still hoisting the flag of Ghana, representing Ghana everywhere we go and making sure we bring musical materials to the people, and bring smiles on their faces, speak about social issues and become models and all the things that go on with the foundation, with all the excess extras and extras. Yeah.
So Stoneboy, let me ask you, how how do you get the motivation to come up with your music lyrics and songs? Because you cut across. One day you are doing this genre, the next day you are combining. Tell me the motivation, huh?
Yeah, man. Like you say, I feel like everybody is gifted as a creative with a capacity that they can hold. Just like we have like even in cars, we have the small cars, we have the big cars, we have the big one, big engines. I think I'm one of the people who have one of the biggest engines, that can carry much more than just a regular style. So, you know I would term mine as music of black origin really inspires me. So I draw from anything music of black origin. My inspiration comes from life, basically. And in life, I can break it down to be that you see when you're smiling, you don't cry. Like
Right.
when you're smiling, your face cannot be crying at the time. So what I want to say is that with the music, why you believe that I go here and I do that. What I want to present in terms of context depends on it depends on the context that pushes me to go into which pocket. You know what I mean? If I want to sing a certain kind of conscious music, I cannot be singing that conscious music on a dancehall beat. I have to go conscious on a reggae beat. I have to go conscious on an African traditional kind of sound, like a song with me and Angelique Kidjo. And when I want to go party, I go straight into Afro dancehall. So that is how come I'm able to bring all these, beautiful pieces together from different styles. Yeah, man.
So when you began way back from Ashaiman, did you even anticipate that you will get a BET nomination, let alone be in the presence of musical greats and even collaborate with them? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, man. Every gifted person must once upon a time have a dream, and must once upon a time have a vision. And also, it's really important. You either see what you want to become in the physical amongst other people who have charted that path, or you actually have the vision from divine. But irrespective, you're either seeing it in the physical or you're seeing it in the divine. But there's a sight. So I can tell you clearly that yes, there have been moments that I have dreamt of, times that have come to pass that still feel surreal to me today and this morning. So with that, I am also encouraged to be able to dream more and dream big. Coming from Ashaiman can never be easy. But of course, winning the BET, I think I'm one of the most awarded, Afro dancehall reggae artists from the continent, truth be told, paying a lot of respect and homage to our predecessors, who have paved the way one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So dreams do come true, but only if you work hard at them and only when you believe and you continue to steady yourself. So of course, that's how I can say. I have dreams, I've dreamt of things that have happened, and greater things will still happen. See?
Talking about the divine, recently I saw a very big Ghanaian preacher talking about you and preaching about you in church. I'm sure you've heard about it. When you saw it, what was your reaction?
Um, that is one of the most vital points that I can tell you that people are watching, because as he would narrate, enough respect to Dr. Iswood Anaba, I'm sure he's the one you're referring to. One very prolific messenger of the word and a father. You know, I was not aware that he was listening to my interview that would give him such, clue into speaking authoritatively like he did, because he knows he's a leader, as a father. You know, I felt good, because feeling good does not only come out of the fact that you just woke up and did nothing, but out of the fact that the whole time, that is my mentality. That is what I've been living. That is what I've been preaching. So to find him acknowledging and bringing attention on the kind of person that he believes I am is true. You know, he was attributing me to a professor, but I can only say that that is the gift of God inside of me.
Mm.
Exactly. So it's not necessarily me, but the gift inside of me that he is identifying and leading people to want to pay attention to that, because we need us to be able to inspire the rest of us. So if somebody is doing something good and a father like him can point out the good in there, I'm grateful. And we need more of those, We need them to speak on us, speak about us, admonish us, counsel us, you know. Yeah,
Mm.
man, because they still uphold the highest levels of morals that society needs to grow,
Right, right.
Yeah, man.
So talk to me about collaboration, because you've collaborated with people on the continent, including Angelique Kidjo. You've gone beyond the shores of Ghana, across Africa, and in the international community. How were you inspired to go to that extent to do this, if I may ask you?
Yeah, man, I think growth is inevitable, and so is change. So once you develop, you move forward, and you will definitely have to meet a lot of people that will have been ahead of you. And if you're doing right, I think that it's only nice that they would lend a hand, collaborate with you, and bring you to the levels that they are, so that the world can, continue to enjoy all of us as musicians, as creatives, as entertainers. So for me, I believe that it was only right to throw to be supported, or to come into collaboration with some of the world's greatest. Angelique Kidjo is one of the world's greatest from Africa. Same is the Sean Pauls, the Shaggies, the Beanie Mans, you know what I'm saying? These are people whose legacy can never be wiped away, you know, and I'm grateful, I'm grateful. Coming to Ghana, I have collaborations with Kojo Entry, one of the greats, Rocky Dawuni, one of the greatest, etc. I have collaborations with them, and I'm just grateful. That's all I can say. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's for me, it's work, and at the same time, it's important to actually collaborate, because that is the essence of true music. True music is collaboration. So, yeah, man.
So let me ask you this. People have said that you promote Ghana wherever you go. You have even said that wherever you go, you promote Ghana. How does it feel to raise the flag of Ghana in the international community, especially in places where you are invited to speak, to perform, and even during interviews around the world?
Um, you mean how does it feel?
Yes, for
I think,
lifting the flag of Ghana high.
yeah, it feels dutiful. Not it feels dutiful, not beautiful. It gives you the and the obligation. I think that once I'm born of a soil of Ghana, I actually have to take on the responsibility of ambassadorship, exactly, because I think it's at levels.
Right.
Right, as a Ghanaian who holds a Ghanaian citizen, you owe allegiance to the nation to protect, defend, honor, and promote. You see, so these are some of the things that we have to make the people know, and the younger ones know, the common citizens know, that we are all ambassadors. So, of course, if in my line of work I am traveling and I'm breaking boundaries, going all these panels in DC, we're going to be honored at the Howard University. Come this weekend. They have their anniversary. It's beautiful. It tells you that music does not only stay at entertainment, but it has the capacity to cut across into development, into governance, into the whole political system of states. You see, so I'm honored to have been able to grow from Ashaiman as a little boy who once upon a time only was active on the musical scene and has expanded into the following areas, whereby I'm seen fit to be able to sit amongst the political class, of creative arts and culture globally. So yeah, man, it makes me feel good. I'm grateful. Yeah.
Before you go, Stoneboy, for an African who is looking up to you, an African boy, an African girl, growing up in Africa with all the challenges that you can think about, and you know it very well. When they look up to you, what is the message to them? What is the message to them? Because you've reached a level that a lot of people would want to attain, but you are one of the people who is leading the way. So, what is your message to an African child looking up to you?
Absolutely. I would say to every African child listening right now, the girl child, the boy child, most especially, to know that as a boy child to begin with, there's a lot of pressure on you. In the African societies that we come from, the men are the fenders, the men are the providers, the men are the protectors. You know what I'm saying? So taking that alone is pressure, like you've said. It brings a lot of responsibility. Now, it's not easy again to want to carry a career path that actually is not well monetized on the globe as much, which is creativity, which is music, which is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Many of us should be able to rake in a lot more on our intellectual properties, both from across the arts. But it's not easy to say that. I say that to mean that, even to get to the levels where some of us have worked hard to get to, it's not easy still. So coming up as a young chap, just believe in yourself first and foremost. Just make sure you follow the right path, because it's important to look ahead and see. For me, I can say one or two because I'm living what I preach. I'm a living proof of a hardworking young guy who is pushing. So how else can I advise you but have you to look at my lifestyle? Coming from the ghettos of Ashaiman, coming all the way through my personal life, my accident life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think my life is out there for any young chap who's looking up to me to study, and I may not have to speak too much. So yeah, man, more love, more life, more strength, you know. Yeah, man.
Nice one, nice one. Thank you very much, Stoneboy,
Yes, sir.
for giving us a bit of your time. We
I'm
appreciate it,
grateful. I'm
and we wish
grateful
you
for
the best of
squeezing it
luck.
in. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very much. I'm
thank
grateful
you.
for squeezing it in, Mr. Clottey. Bless you, brother. Bless, bless.